Hey kids, Magical Molly here. Today we're going to use Kidz Skillz, the Simple Handwriting Program, to teach us how to write a lowercase x. Now our two pictures are X-ray and xylophone. Xylophone. That's not an X, is it? It is an X. It sounds like a Z, but it's an X, okay? Swear. All right, so when you're all done with this paper, you can go ahead and color those in. Now, X is hard. I won't lie. It's a hard letter to learn because you start on the left side and you slide down. And then you pick up your finger and you go over a little bit to the right and you slide across. Sometimes people have a hard time getting the slide across because you have to slide down and then slide back across it, okay? It's not easy. I want you to go ahead and practice. You might need somebody to help watch you to make sure you're doing it correctly because you want to learn it right the first time and not have to relearn it later. Okay, so on this line here, I'm going to trace it and I'm going to use green because lowercase x is a grass grower. That means it stays between the dotted line and the bottom line. On this line, I'm going to put an X at each dot. Remember, it's slide down, slide across. Then you have a little bit of space before you start a new one. And on this line, I'm going to write 10 exciting X's all on my own. I will be right back to show you how I write a lowercase x. Alrighty kids, now it's time to demonstrate how I write a lowercase x. First thing I'm going to do is tilt the paper, and then I'm going to pick my color. I'm going to pick green because lowercase s is a grass grower. That means it stays between the dotted line and the bottom line. All right, X is kind of a hard letter to write. The slide down isn't usually the problem. It's the sliding across that's a problem. So remember, if you need extra help, ask somebody to make X's for you and work on tracing them over and over until you get it in your brain how to do it correctly. It's better to learn it the first time correctly than have to correct it after you've learned it wrong. All right, X starts at the dotted line and we say slide down and then we come back up to the dotted line and we slide across. This row is going to be easy because you're just tracing. So again, we start at the dotted line and we say slide down, and then we go back up and we say slide across. All right, let's do that again. Start at the dotted line, slide down, come back over here, slide across. All right, I want you to complete this row, and I'm going to go to the next row. It says write a letter X at each dot. So I'm going to start at the dotted line or at the dot in this section, and I'm going to slide down. Now remember what we did up here? It's just a little bit over from the dot. So I'm going to go a little bit over from the dot and I'm going to slide across. All right, remember, nobody's perfect. Here I went below the bottom line a little bit. It's okay. We're learning and we're going to make some mistakes. Let's do this again. Start at the dot, slide down, just like a slide. We slide down. So it starts here, but it ends over here. Not a straight line, a slide. And then I'm going to come over. Look, I'm going to come over 2 lines. 1, 2. And then I'm going to slide back across my line. Let's do that again. I'm right here. I'm going to slide down. I'm going to count over 2 lines. And I'm going to slide across. That just helps me to know how far I should go. All right, the last line, I want you to finish this line. The last line says, write 10 exciting X's all on your own. So I'm going to start at the dotted line just like we did here. And I'm going to slide down. And now if you look, remember how I said go over 2 dots? Look at where the bottom of my X ends, over 2 dots. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to slide back. Let's do that again. I'm going to give myself a finger space, pick a line, I'm going to slide down. Remember, I went over about 2 spaces or 2 dots on this line. and then I'm going to come up here and I'm going to slide back. That really helps me to know where to put my X lines. Let's do that one more time together. Here's my finger space. I'm going to start on this line and I'm going to slide down. Remember how I went over about 2 lines or dashes? Now I'm going to come back here about 2 over and I'm going to slide back. So that really gives you a good idea where you need to start and stop this letter X. This is a hard letter. Don't be surprised if you struggle with it. And it's okay because we're not perfect. And sometimes we need to practice, practice, practice. Remember, kids, be good to your teachers and good to your parents. Bye-bye, kids. I'll see you next time.